Hi everybody, Mark Michaels here, and we are post NCHA Futurity catching up with Mr. Jeremy Barwick. Jeremy, welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, the Western Bloodstock Sales, I mean, we've said it time and time again, and we saw the results day after day. I mean, just an unbelievable week for Western Bloodstock there at the Futurity Sales. Jeremy, tell us a little bit about why you think the market was so strong this year.
You know what, I think we put together an exceptional group of horses, from 2-year-olds to show horses to yearlings. And then I think at that sale, we seem to get a lot of different disciplines that come and buy horses there, from the cow horse guys to the reiners, the ropers, the barrel racers, team pinners. We get a huge diversity of people there to buy them, and that helps drive cost up.
And I think, you know, that's an important piece of it. It's, you know, a lot of people point at different things, but the rope horse futurity market, that market's gone up. The team pinners have gone up. Yeah. I mean, I was talking to guys there that, you know, they've got team pinners calling them with a budget that used to be $7,500 for a horse that's now up around $35,000. So there's a lot more competition for those medium and higher end horses now.
Well, in all the other discipline, I mean, no different than cutting, the competition's gotten a lot tougher.
Yeah.
So as competition gets tougher, you've got to get better horses. So when you're trying to buy better horses, you're going to have to spend a little more money. So I think having those different groups there at the Futurity Sales, and we had large crowds every day, I think that's what helps drive the cost up.
And you know, the overall market was strong, obviously, and now you are getting a bigger audience from the other disciplines, the cow horse, the reiners, I mean, everything. What do you think sets Western Bloodstock apart now as the premium sale company?
You know, I think first off, our customer service is the best. I think we treat our buyers and our sellers with the utmost respect. We try to help them in any way we can, whatever they need, we try to get done for them. So I think that is probably the biggest thing that sets us apart.
Well, and you know, true to that is the numbers. The numbers don't lie. The average, the numbers being sold right now. So your percentage of sold horses this year, overall, new records, the average new record. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, our overall average was a little over 34,000. We sold right at 84% overall, and that had not been done since 2007. So that's pretty impressive.
So crunching the numbers, tell us a little bit about the yearlings and the broodmare sales.
Well, so the evening sale, we had 80 head that night, and there was a mixture of yearlings and a handful of broodmares, and we sold 80% of those, and they averaged a little over 57,000. I think it was a strong set of yearlings, and there was a handful of really, really nice mares in there for people that were looking for really good broodmares.
And that, I mean, they were obviously some of the picks of, you know, of the yearlings and some of the mares, but we saw some high-selling mares even right up until the last day, bringing 180,000.
Oh yeah, I mean, it wasn't. We didn't just hand pick them. We tried to help the clients decide which ones went in there, but we kind of left it to their discretion which one they wanted to put in there, unlike when we used to do the gala. And I think people liked that a little better. But no, in the other sessions of the preferred breeders, we still seen them selling for 100 to 180,000.
This year.
Show horses, I thought we had a great set of show horses. We didn't have that many, but we sold 88% of them. That's better than we've ever done in a long time, and they averaged a little over 33,000. But I thought we had a strong set, and the people brought them to sell them.
Yeah.
And so that really helped, and probably the biggest crowd we've ever had for the show horse sale.
Well, there was a lot of people from all over the country and some overseas buyers there as well.
Yeah, and we changed it. Usually that sale would have been on Saturday, and we moved it to Wednesday morning, and people seem to like that a lot better.
Yeah. Well, and then moving into the 2-year-old sale, which is the premier event for Western Bloodstock at the Futurity. Tell us a little bit. I mean, we saw one sell for $1 million, first time ever. Wes Ashlock and Mr. Billy Wolf jumping in there and being part of history.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive to be a part of. That mare had been phenomenal all year, and I had a strong feeling coming into it. I think we had a great set of 2-year-olds, but she definitely stood apart. She had a special look to her.
And what about the percentage of horses sold there in the 2-year-olds?
You know, there were 73-74% we sold, and they averaged a little over 48,000. So that was up from many years before. But I think our 2-year-olds are a lot better. I think every year we've gotten better, and I think this year all the 2-year-old guys did an outstanding job having them prepared.
I think we're definitely seeing a difference in the way these 2-year-olds are marketed now for these sales. You know, whereas before sometimes the high sellers, you know, they had so much put on them that they were basically show ready at time of sale. but didn't necessarily transition into the show pen that way. Whereas now we're seeing these horses that are just, it's ready to continue that building program.
You know, used to, I think it was kind of a competition for the 2-year-old guys to see who could have one furthest along. And that was great, except we didn't see them come back and win.
Right.
And when they don't come back and win, it's not good for anyone.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like our horse quality is better. I think we're doing a better job as breeders, breeding better horses. And those guys they're doing their job and getting those colts really far along, but they're not pushing them so far as to blow them up per se. They're having them well prepared, and we've seen that the last few years of those high sellers coming back and being extremely competitive. We've had a Futurity champion, a horse of the year, multiple finalists with multiple different trainers riding them. So I think our 2-year-old guys are doing a much better job.
Yeah, and speaking on that, I mean, how much of what we're seeing now in the show pen, you know, do you think is related to the 2-year-old programs now that you're coming through the sales?
Oh, I think it's huge, because I'm a big believer in you send a 2-year-old to a 2-year-old trainer, because they're home all year and they're riding them, and so whether they're in the sale or not, they're going to be further along, so that it makes that 3-year-old year a lot easier. That transition's a lot easier. You can keep them a lot sounder, rather than having to really pound on them as 3-year-olds to make up for what they didn't get as 2-year-olds. So I think the 2-year-old program is extremely important.
Well, with gross sales over $20 million this year, that was a new record as well. Unbelievable numbers. I'm sure you guys have earned a little break right now. What's coming up next for Western Bloodstock?
Yeah, we definitely need a little break, and we'll all take a little vacation here after the first of the year, and then we'll start preparing for the summer sale.
So for more information about upcoming Western Bloodstock sales, or want to talk to Jeremy about, you know, getting a 2-year-old ready, or how to prep a yearling, be sure to reach out to Jeremy Barwick and go to westernbloodstock.com for more information. Get those consignments in for the summer sale.